Hello, before I begin, I got a haircut. Anyway, today I'll be talking about Yveltal. Aha! It is I, the generic Team Rocket Grunt. And I think you mean Yveltal. Oh right, it's you again. Like Arceus, I also know Yveltal from that different, not as serious pronunciation, thanks to Mikey from M&J and TV. Although, admittedly, I also don't naturally pronounce it the proper way. I, like I'm sure many do, pronounce it as Yveltal, even though it's Yveltal, making the Y sound much softer. Well, that's all from me. Ta-da! Okay, that's just stealing. Anyway, Yveltal is the only dark flying Pokemon and final flying type Pokemon introduced in Gen 6. It's also the box art legendary of Pokemon Y. Its previous PYC dates are February 12th, 1998, December 14th, 2000, October 16th, 2003, August 17th, 2006, June 18th, 2009, April 19th, 2012, February 19th, 2015, December 21st, 2017, October 22nd, 2020, and August 24th, 2023. Barring the fact that it isn't the blue box art legendary, I'm not as much of a fan of Yveltal's design as I am of the design of Xerneas. Although I think it is still a solid design, and definitely has the monster feel to it, which I suppose it should, being the entity of destruction. I most know Yveltal from two places. One, I most know it from the box art of Y, as well as the reveal of Pokemon X and Y. Two, in its Cocoon of Destruction form. It is a title legendary in Diancie and the Cocoon of Destruction, although it does actually appear in the film too. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Yveltal, the Destruction Pokemon whose number is 0717. This is what it looks like. Its type is Dark Flying. Ability, Dark Aura. Gender ratios, gender unknown. Catch rate is 45 or 11.9%. Breeding is egg group, no eggs discovered. Hatch time is 120 cycles. Egg not obtainable. Height is 19 foot. Or 5.8 meters. Weight is 447.5 pounds, or 203 kilograms. Base experience heal is 306, 11 grade slow. EV is 3 HP. Shape is that. Pokedex color is red, and base friendship is 0. Yveltal is a dual type dark/flying legendary Pokemon introduced in Gen 6. It is not known to evolve into or from any other Pokemon. Along with Chespin, Fennekin, Froakie, and Xerneas, Yveltal was one of the first Gen 6 Pokemon to be revealed to the public on January 8th, 2013, as part of the Pokemon Direct broadcast. Yveltal is the game mascot of Pokemon Y, appearing on its box art. Yveltal, Xerneas, and Zygarde are often collectively referred to as the Aura Trio by fans. Biology: Yveltal is a large Pokemon with both avian and draconic traits. The back of its body is black with white spots along the wings and back. Its front, head, and neck are bright red with branching black lines throughout. It has a pointed beak-like snout, bright blue eyes, a black forward curving horn over each eye, and a thin antenna-like growth behind each eye. A feathery gray tuft encircles its neck and billows out over its back. Yveltal's wings each have 3 spikes along the bottom edge, near the body, and 5 large black claws on the tip. It has small bird-like legs with gray talons. Each foot has 2 toes facing forward and 1 pointing backward. Its tail is similar in structure to its wings, including the 5 claws on the tip. Yveltal is said to represent destruction and death. It has the power to absorb life energy by spreading its wings and tail feathers. According to legend, it does this in order to power up its own energy. It is highly feared by the ancient people of Kalos because of this. Yveltal is known to appear during a conflict, draining the life energy of any person or Pokemon that it encounters. Upon reaching the end of its lifespan, Yveltal steals the life energy of everything around it, then encases itself in a cocoon and falls into a deep slumber. Yveltal's dormant form, the Cocoon of Destruction. Both Yveltal and Xerneas are in charge of taking care of the land in a delicate balance between life and death. Yveltal's power can be used to power up machines, as seen with the ultimate weapon. Yveltal's light energy has the power to transform evolution stones into megastones when directed through the ultimate weapon. It can also release a red beam that absorbs its target's energy, restoring its vitality as a result. Said attack can also burn the ground it hits in the process. Yveltal can crawl on the ground using its wings and talons, similar to a bat. It can also use its wings to propel itself back into the air. It will harm anyone who tries to take it, even while it's in its dormant cocoon-like state. Yveltal is drawn to the life energy that's released or disturbed within the ecosystem, such as the mega power emitted by the Ange machine. According to research done by Mabel of Team Flare,
Yveltal's ability to manipulate life is considered so mysterious that not even science could successfully solve it. The relationship between Yveltal and Xerneas can vary between different canons, with the Pokemon Adventures manga depicting it as antagonistic, and the Diancie and the Cocoon of Destruction movie depicting it as cooperative. As shown in Pokemon the series, any living creature drained by Yveltal will turn into petrified stone, though it is unknown whether this action is intentionally malicious or not. As depicted in Diancie and the Cocoon of Destruction, Yveltal can be very vengeful to anyone who disturbs its sleep and will seek to destroy it. Its counterpart, Xerneas, has the power to cure Yveltal's victims by filling them with life energy, but as seen in The Legend of X, Y, and Z, couldn't undo Isla's case for unknown reasons. Xerneas is shown to be capable of calming down Yveltal should it get enraged. In Sylveon and Chance, Yveltal was shown making plants wither away by simply touching them. It has been referred to as the one who takes, due to its ability to take life. In the Pokemon Adventures manga and in Pokemon the series, it's been referred to as Y. Yveltal is the only known Pokemon capable of learning the move Oblivion Wing, and the only known Pokemon that can have Dark Aura as an ability. Concept art of Yveltal for Pokemon X and Y. So you can see it going into the cocoon. It's interesting. Game data, NPC appearances. Spoiler warning, this article may contain major plot or ending details. Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Yveltal is one of the main antagonists of the game. It first appears on Revelation Mountain, turning the player partner Raikou and Entei to stone. Later, Yveltal and the other Pokemon possessed by dark matter attack the group again at the road to Primeval Forest. Once freed from its possession, Yveltal feels deep regret for its actions despite having been under the control of something else, and tries to make amends by attacking dark matter later on, only to be turned to stone itself. Spoilers end here. Pokédex entries in Gen 6X. When this legendary Pokemon's wings and tail feathers spread wide and glow red, it absorbs the life force of living creatures. Why? When its life comes to an end, it absorbs the life energy of every living thing and turns into a cocoon once more. Omega Ruby is X's entry, Alpha Sapphire's Y's entry. In Gen 9, Legends of EA, it said that when its life comes to an end, it absorbs the life energy of every living thing and turns into a cocoon once more. Game locations. Side game locations. In events, held items. In events, it has the gold bottle cap 100% of the time. Stats, base stats, HP 126, attack 131, defense 95, special attack 131, special defense 98, speed 99 for a total of 680. Type effectiveness, damage normally by normal, fighting, flying, poison, bug, steel, fire, water, and dragon. Weak to rock, electric, ice, and fairy, all for double. Immune to ground and psychic. Resistant to ghost, grass, and dark, all for half. Notes, if Miracle Eye is used by an opponent or this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of Psychic-type moves is 1, so go from 0 to 1. If Gravity is in effect, this Pokemon is given an Iron Ball or a ring target, or is affected by Smackdown or Ingrain, the effectiveness of Ground-type moves is 1, so go from 0 to 1. Learn set by leveling up. At 1, it learns Gust and Double Team, which boosts at 10. At 5, it learns Taunt, which boosts at 8. At 10, it learns Snarl, which boosts at 13. At 35, it learns Air Slash, which boosts at 38. At 40, it learns Dark Pulse, which boosts at 43. At 45, it learns Psychic, which boosts at 48. At 55, it learns Oblivion Wing, which boosts at 58. At 60, it learns Phantom Force, which boosts at 63. At 65, it learns Dragon Rush, which boosts at 68. At 70, it learns Hurricane, which boosts at 73. At 75, it learns Focus Blast, which boosts at 78. And at 85, it learns Hyper Beam, which boosts at 88. By TM, TM002 Dragon Claw, 12 Rock Slide, 17 Protect, 27 Swift, 32 Double Team, 33 Body Slam, 35 Endure, 43 Fly, 44 Hyper Beam, 55 Giga Impact, 59 Zen Headbutt, 61 Shadow Claw, 63 Psychic, 68 Heat Wave, 71 Hyper Voice, 74 Shadow Ball, 79 Hurricane, 82 U-Turn, 85 Substitute, 90 Dark Pulse, 95 Taunt, 97 Heal Block, 102 Focus Blast, 109 Facade, 119 Ominous Wind, 127 Dream Eater, 134 Dual Wing Beat, 145 Razor Wind, 150 Vacuum Wave, and 153 Sky Attack. Side game data, you got all this. Evolution data, just Yveltal sprites, so you got the models, so you can see it all spread out. A lot darker red than the official art, that's interesting. Shiny has the white replace the black. Dark gray replaces the gray. And sort of a darker red, it looks like. In Gen 7, doesn't look like much changes. Like the shape of the mane or whatever. In Gen 8, get the much better models. Homes, you get these models. In animation, Yveltal in Pokemon the Series XY. Yveltal, movie 17 is the big one. Got all this. Pokemon Generations, Yveltal in Pokemon Generations. Got all this. In the manga, Yveltal in Pokemon Adventures, all in color. Got all that. In the TCG, other appearances. Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS. Yveltal sometimes appears in the background of the Prism Tower stage. Yveltal also appears as a trophy exclusive to the 3DS version. Yveltal trophy in Super Smash Bros. For 3DS. Trophy information in the North American version. With its wings spread wide, this legendary Pokemon looks just like the letter Y. Since its name also starts with the same letter, it's difficult to imagine a more appropriate mascot for Pokemon Y. Apparently, when Yveltal's life comes to an end, it will absorb the life force of all living things. Here's to a long and healthy life. In the PAL region, with its wings spread wide, this legendary Pokemon looks just like the letter Y. Since its name also starts with the same letter, it's difficult to imagine a more appropriate mascot for Pokemon Y. Apparently, when Yveltal's life comes to an end, it will absorb the life force of all living things. So here's to hoping it stays strong and healthy. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Yveltal appears as a spirit. Trivia: I read both of these points in the Xerneas video. Concept and development: Yveltal, along with Xerneas, was designed by art designer Ken Sugimori and Yusuke Omura. Initial designs for the two legendary Pokemon were started by Sugimori, but he encountered artist's block, having a hard time coming up with concepts. For the first time, he gave the work over to another designer, Omura. Omura furthered the designs, after which Sugimori resumed to finish them. Origin: Yveltal was designed so that its silhouette resembles the letter Y. Appearance-wise, Yveltal resembles birds such as the long-tailed widow bird, or carrion birds such as crows and vultures. Yveltal may also be based on any number of avian-related figures from mythology, such as the Celtic death goddess Morrigan, which often takes the form of a raven, or Norse mythological figures such as Hnisvelgr, which takes the form of an eagle and sits at the end of the world, or the hawk Vedirfolnir, or the unnamed eagle that resides at the top of the world tree Yggdrasil. Additionally, it bears a striking resemblance to a species of fungus known as devil's fingers. Name origin: Yveltal begins with the letter Y. It may be derived from Yvel, a Middle English spelling of evil, and Quetzal or Talon. In other languages, related articles, references, external links to the legendary Pokemon. Let's move on.
Now let's watch Yveltal's first scene in the anime.
Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching Diancie and the Cocoon of Destruction. In this film, we are at the very beginning, the title sequence in fact, and you'll see why in a second. Yveltal. And that is Yveltal's first scene in the anime. Let's move on.
Now let's see why other people love Yveltal.
Hello and welcome to the community post section of the video. The question is, what do you love about Yveltal? And Vinfear has responded. They say, Chad, who posted a video about Honedge disables comments, proceeds to ask about Yveltal. At this point, I don't know what to say, but powerful play. This comment is from 3 months ago, so it's referring to how the Honedge video had comments disabled. I don't know if they've learned about this since they posted this, but if not, or for those of you who don't know, I don't purposely disable my comments. I just mark videos made for kids, which automatically disables comments as of the filming of this. So I don't really know if I really should be marking these videos made for kids or not. Pokemon is a franchise aimed for children under 12, which is what YouTube defines as a kid, but I don't know if kids are really the target demographic or not for these videos. If you have a compelling argument or a source that tells me that I shouldn't be marking these videos made for kids, please let me know in the comments.
Now let's look at fan art.
Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you familiar with the series, you might be wondering why on the single image. That's because this is the only image we'll be doing today. So there are 3 images. Yveltal appears in all 3 of them. This is Yveltal versus Lugia by Tash Crow. So you've got this nice, very kind of realistic Yveltal and Lugia here fighting. Very well done. Yeah, I guess like the line art version, kind of. Looks like I just put kind of a filter on it. This is more zoomed in. Very well done. Let's move on.
Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Zygarde. As always, this isn't my proper outfit. You'll see me tomorrow.